Right. So you know how we all want to like finally get comfortable actually speaking English?
Okay.
Well, we've got this awesome text here that breaks down like 20 of the biggest reasons we get stuck.
Okay.
And I'm kind of excited to like dive into it with you
Yeah,
and hopefully like help you kind of break through some of that stuff
for sure.
to get to that fluency.
Yeah.
Because I think we've all been there, right? Where you're like, I have all these thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
but then you open your mouth and
Nothing.
yeah,
Crickets. It's so common.
right.
I think it's way more common than people realize.
Yeah.
There's like a whole psychology behind
Yeah.
why it can feel so different and harder
Uh-huh.
to speak a new language
Yeah,
than to just understand it.
totally. And this text gets into some really interesting points about that.
Okay.
About like why those mental blocks even plop up in the first place.
Interesting.
Like the big one for me is fear of making mistakes.
Oh, totally.
It's like as soon as our brain thinks that someone might judge us, our grammar, we
Yeah.
just go into lockdown mode.
Like it's that primal fear response.
Yeah.
You know, we're social creatures.
Yeah.
So even if the stakes are low,
Right.
making a mistake can like make us feel like we're going to get rejected,
Oh, yeah.
even though that's not the case at all.
Oh, for sure. I have like a perfect example of this.
It's okay.
I was trying to compliment this person's cooking in Italian once,
Uh-huh.
but I got the words for delicious and disgusting mixed up.
Oh, no.
It was bad.
That's tough.
Yes.
So honestly,
yeah.
those cringeworthy moments are actually how we learn best.
Really?
Yeah. Our brains remember mistakes so vividly that they're like super valuable.
So I shouldn't beat myself up about it.
No. Think of it as a data point.
Okay.
Like what's interesting is if you can actually shift your perspective
Okay.
and see those mistakes as just part of the learning process, you'll make incredible progress.
So embrace the awkwardness.
Yes.
Got it. But let's be real. Sometimes it's not just the fear holding us back.
Right.
It's like literally not having the words
Yes.
to express what we're trying to say.
Totally.
Limited vocabulary is a killer.
It is, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think the classic advice of learn 5-10 new words a day, it's a good starting point,
Uh-huh.
but it's really about how you learn them.
Okay.
So what if instead of learning like random lists of words,
Yeah.
you focus on a specific theme
Yeah.
each day
Okay.
that actually connects to your life?
Makes sense.
Like travel phrases,
Uh-huh.
cooking terms,
Yeah.
words to describe your work,
Yeah.
like make it relevant to you.
That's so smug.
Yeah.
Because it takes vocab learning from this chore
All right.
to something that's actually interesting.
Exactly.
Yeah, I might steal that.
Please do.
Okay.
The more personalized, the better.
Uh-huh.
And you can even use those words in your internal monologue throughout the day to
Oh.
cement them.
Okay, so we're building our vocabulary. But then we fall into that other trap
What's that?
where we spend way too much time reading about English
Oh.
instead of actually speaking it.
Guilty as charged. We've all been there.
Right.
But it's like anything else. You can't get better at playing the piano
Right.
by just reading sheet music. You
Yeah.
have to actually practice speaking.
Yeah, totally. But like finding time for consistent practice
Yeah,
can be tough.
it is.
What does our text say about that?
Well, it really emphasizes this thing called micropractice,
So-
which is basically even just 10 minutes a day
Oh, wow.
can make a huge difference.
Okay.
And you can get creative with it.
Yeah.
Like narrate your day out loud.
Yeah.
Have pretend conversations in the shower.
Okay.
Use an AI chatbot.
What? Yeah. It all adds up.
Speaking of mental gymnastics, the text also talks about
Yeah.
how we get stuck translating everything in our heads.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
It's exhausting.
it is. And it makes speaking feel
Yeah.
so unnatural and slow
Yeah.
because you're constantly switching gears.
Right.
What's fascinating is research suggests
Uh-huh.
if you can start to think directly in English,
Okay.
even in simple ways,
Yeah.
your fluency will skyrocket.
So like narrate my breakfast routine in my head
Exactly.
in English.
Yes. Describe what you see around you.
Okay.
Think through your to-do list in English.
Uh-huh.
Those little mental shifts will retrain your brain
Okay.
to think in the language,
Yeah.
not about it.
Oh, that's such a good point.
Yeah.
It's like rewiring the circuitry
It is.
in your brain.
Yeah.
And speaking of getting stuck,
Yeah.
let's talk about grammar.
Oh, the grammar trap.
Yes.
Yes.
I think we've all been there
For sure.
where we're so worried about getting the grammar perfect
Uh-huh.
that we miss the whole point of the conversation.
Absolutely. And the text is spot on with this.
Okay.
Communication is about conveying meaning, not showcasing flawless grammar.
Right.
Don't let the pursuit of perfection silence you.
It's like, what's the point of speaking a language if you're too scared to actually use it?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I would much rather have a slightly grammatically wonky conversation where I actually connect with someone than stay silent and grammatically flawless.
For sure.
Right.
So we've covered some big ones.
Yeah.
But there are a few more
Okay.
hurdles that you might encounter
Okay.
on your English speaking journey.
Okay.
Reason number 6 is a lack of confidence with pronunciation.
Okay.
And the text suggests shadowing techniques.
What's that?
It's basically mimicking native speakers.
Oh, okay.
And it's a really powerful way to improve.
Oh, like learning a song by ear.
Yes, exactly.
You pick up the nuances and the rhythm way faster.
Oh, way faster.
And just reading the notes.
Yes.
And then what about finding speaking partners?
Right.
That's number 7.
Yeah, that's a valid challenge.
It is.
But luckily, we live in a time where technology can bridge that gap. There are tons of language exchange apps, online communities, and even AI-powered conversation partners that can help you practice.
That's a game changer.
It is.
So number 8 is all about consistency.
Yes.
It really emphasizes that doing a little bit each day is way more effective than like sporadic cram sessions.
Absolutely. It's about building those positive habits and integrating English into your daily life, even in small ways.
And that ties into number 9 perfectly.
Which is?
Finding a balance between passive learning, like watching movies or listening to podcasts, and active speaking.
You need both.
Okay.
Think of passive learning as building your knowledge base and active speaking as putting that knowledge to work in the real world.
Okay, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
And then finally, number 10.
Okay.
This is a big one.
What is it?
Mindset.
Mindset is so important. Right.
Cultivating that positive growth mindset is crucial.
Yeah.
Remember, every fluent speaker was once a beginner.
Oh, that's a good point.
And the journey is full of ups and downs.
For sure.
Celebrate those small wins. Be patient with yourself.
Yeah.
And just keep pushing forward.
Oh, that's so inspiring.
Yeah.
And it actually reminds me of a quote I heard recently.
Okay, what is it?
To have another language is to possess a second soul.
Oh, wow.
And I love that because learning English isn't just about grammar and vocabulary.
No.
It's about unlocking new ways of thinking, connecting with people, and expanding your world.
I love that.
Me too.
So as we kind of wrap up this deep dive, here's a challenge for you.
Okay, ready?
What one thing from this conversation will you commit to trying this week to boost your English speaking?
All right, I'm in.
Whether it's that themed vocabulary practice.
5 minutes of shadowing or just shifting your inner monologue to English.
Okay.
Take action and see what happens.
Love that. And don't forget to share your progress with us on social media.
Please do.
We'd love to hear about your language learning adventures.
Yes.
Keep practicing, keep learning, and keep those conversations flowing.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, and we'll see you next time.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.